Hey, how's it going? Happy Thursday. Hope you guys doing well. Welcome in, Marcus. Hope all is good. Like, what day of the week is it today? Again. Thursday. Hope you guys doing well. Yesterday, we got pretty much everything ready. Hey, Revolution Art, welcome in. How's it going? You doing well? Got everything ready yesterday. Well, aside from just the package of the build, which is great. It is both exciting and not at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. It's great that it's done, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if it's any good, right? I have no idea if it's any good, and because of that, I don't know if I should be excited or not. But you know, we'll submit it. We'll submit the version. At the end of the month, once I fix up some stuff, because what we're going to be working on today is some of the stuff that I implemented in the trailer, but that doesn't actually exist in the game. Things like when you select a card, the other cards disappear so you can visually see what you selected. I think that's a good thing. Because right now, when you click on something, it just closes the entire UI. Which, yeah, it works. If you clicked it, you know what you clicked on. But if you accidentally click something, it would be good to have like a half a second of like, oh, you picked this one. So that'll be the first thing we implement. Some other stuff is like some sound effects. And tweaking some stuff like that. So basically things that we did kind of as quote unquote post-process in Unreal. I want to do as in the edit we want to do in Unreal. So that's the plan for today. And yes, we will be submitting and then hoping and praying and expecting absolutely nothing. I absolutely expect nothing. There are projects that have been submitted that seem like they're exactly what they're looking for, like the PCGX project, but they didn't get it. And other things, other places that have submitted that look just like a cool game, and they have gotten it. Like I saw a basically a game that was like, it looked really cool, but it just looked like a cool game. So I don't know. I don't know what they want. We will see. We'll see if it's anywhere close to what they want. We won't know till December. So, you know, that's about 5 months away. So, you know, even once we submit it, we'll have to wait from that point, like around 4 months. It is what it is. But other than that, Sunday's video is already figured out. I made a post about it. We're doing a character spawner. I basically made the quick test for what I'll be doing once 5.8.1 releases and fixes a bunch of bugs. Hopefully a lot of them. Because basically I just needed a way of spawning a certain amount of enemies and to be able to specify, hey, I want them here. I want this many of this enemy, this many of this enemy, this many of this enemy, etc. So that's Sunday's video. So I'm glad that's figured out now. Other than that, same old. Yeah, nothing. Nothing all special. So with that, shall we get into Unreal and start doing our stuff, I guess? Let's do it. So, let's go to our UI. Hey, Shastra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. UI. So, card unlocks. Right, when we select a card, and this is going to be specifically in the deck card probably section, but we'll check. On card selected. Yes. We probably need to go into the event graph. But I think it was alright. You know? It was alright. My end date is approaching with nothing set in stone yet, so it's a little concerning. You know, things are still up in the air, which I don't like. But, you know, gotta do what we gotta do. We carry on. Half your team feels sick because of lettuce. Lettuce is the most dangerous green. Someone bring in shitty lettuce to work? What happened? Wait, what happened? No, nothing. My end date currently is start of September. The studio's closing, sort of. That's why I have an end date. So I'm trying to figure out either we'll find the studio finds more work, or I'm checking with others. That's all. It's a studio-wide thing, so. Hey, if you didn't hear, Star Trek is closing down. So that's why. Because I was on the Star Trek team. Star Trek virtual production. And if there's no Star Trek, there's no virtual production to do on it. So we do all of this. Oh, actually, you know what I need to do? I need to find where this is triggered. That's what we need to do. Here, it triggers this. Which is fine, but hold on. Oh, then it does store selected card. Ah, okay. So here, we need to put this into an event. Custom event. Card selection anim, I guess. Actually, let's do. I don't know what I would call it. Card selected event. Deck card selected. I'm gonna do this. There's some folks to find out there's local openings. You know, folks who used to work for the movie industry. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. You don't have to. The thing is, like, I don't fit in the movie industry, and I don't fit into the game industry, right? I fit into the film industry that use Unreal, like virtual production. So it's a niche thing. European lettuce is still fine. Look, I just don't eat lettuce. You know, so I'm good. Your team ate a bunch of bad lettuce in their respective towns. There's explosive diarrhea epidemic in North America, especially in Michigan. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I've heard about that. That it's apparently on like fresh produce and stuff. Yeah. Well, sorry you have to go through that. I need to know. I might need to change some stuff around. Because I need to know which card was selected. Right? We have the card reference. So this needs also the card reference. Right, because then do the as card options, I believe. Yeah. And then for each loop, if this is not equal to this, then we're gonna set the visibility on it to be hidden. Set visibility hidden. So that way it doesn't move anything. And then we do a delay of, let's say, half a second. And then we do this. Let's see if that works. Spinach, arugula, bok choy, Guylan? I don't know that one. Are very safe veggies. Lettuce is not. You can't even parboil or blanch lettuce. Oh. Your boss used to work in virtual production on the movie side? Nice. Your PCG and Unreal expertise can get you a job in a gaming studio as a tools programmer? I could. So the problem with the game part, I would love to work at a game studio. The main problem of a game studio is the pay is considerably lower than the film industry. And I'm currently employed under a US contract, which when I go to a Canadian one, is already a big cut. So I'll take like a 30 to 40% cut just from going from a US contract to a Canadian one. And then if it's even lower still, I'd be like cutting my income in like more than half. And I just can't bring myself to do that that big of a cut. It's profit sharing basis? Oh, that's not any income then. What? Profit sharing doesn't pay bills. That's like saying, oh yeah, you'll get paid with exposure. Oh, fuck that. I can't buy bread with exposure. You took a 60% cut to live in Vancouver. Yeah, see, that's so big. The 30% you can't deduct into the Canadian taxes? What do you mean? 30% less is 30% less. I'm not sure what you mean. All right, I need to. Why? Why am I not spawning here? Excuse me? What happened? Spawning here? What the hell happened? I mean, I guess the game works, but you may bank profit with profit sharing, but it depends how good your producer is. The problem is you'll make bank after whatever is done. But if you need to pay rent, right, profit sharing ain't gonna pay rent. The good thing about being a programmer, not an artist, is that profit sharing cuts through all projects. The problem is I'm not a programmer. Don't forget, I'm not a programmer. I'm an artist. You returned mid-sentence. You thought you were talking about 30% US withholding tax rates. No, I have US rates. I'm paid in Canadian dollars. So my income effectively, despite being just a senior, because it is US income instead of Canadian income, after the conversion, because of the US to Canadian conversions, ends up putting me above like a department head in pay, which is a considerable amount of money. So like my position is amazing in the finances department because of that, right? So, and I get paid in Canadian dollars, but I just get the number just converts. It's not quite 1-to-1. It's slightly less, but basically, right? We could just pretend. So it puts me basically above a department head and as just a regular senior, just because I have a US income. So the ideal position for me is to find a US remote position. That's it. Because even if I have to get paid in USD and do the transfer, the result is the same. It's still better than taking a Canadian position financially. Unfortunately, that's the case. But yeah, right. So like to give you guys an example. So this is United States dollar to Canadian dollar. every 1 US dollar is currently 1.4 Canadian, right? So the way it works, unfortunately, is if you have a position, let's say your position typically pays you 100,000 US dollars in let's say California, doesn't matter where, right? Let's just say your position, you're in the mid to senior position, you have a $100,000 salary in the US. You would also get a $100,000 salary equivalent in Canada, but in Canadian dollars. But do you see how because of the conversion, you're actually losing about 40%. Now, depending on how the conversion is done, let's say you're even losing 35%. So for the same job, you will be earning 35 to 40% less income by just taking that same position in Canada versus in the US. Assuming you live in Canada, financially, it makes more sense to take the US position if you can. Obviously, you need to have a permanent residency, a citizenship, right, to do this. In my case, I have permanent residency in Canada and US citizen, so I could. But this right here is why it's a big deal, right? And this scale, so like, let's say 130,000, right, is now becomes 182,000, right? So like 150,000 is 210,000, right? At lower numbers, at 50,000, it's still 70, like it's still a good chunk, but right, the number is, because it's a percentage, the higher your income, especially if you're a senior and you're normally at a 6-figure salary, it's quite a big pay cut if you were to go effectively from 140,000 to 100,000, just because you're now taking the same job in Canada versus the US. Assuming you're remote, right? This is just, you lose money. Now, I'll probably need to do that because, I'll take what job I can, but right, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be potentially looking for alternatives. Unfortunately, that is the way it is, but yeah. US cost of living is quite bad, so receiving a US good salary in a lower cost of living area usually is pretty good. Yeah, but that's the same thing to be said in Canada. Right? If you live in Vancouver, it's equivalent to living in Los Angeles. Canada is way more expensive. Yeah, Canada is more expensive. Yep. If you were comparing, let's say Vancouver, if you compared Vancouver, right, a major city on the West Coast, to Los Angeles, Vancouver is more expensive. Now, you might think of like, okay, well, the rent is about the same. Even if the rent is a little bit cheaper in Vancouver, it's not that much cheaper. Let's say it's a little bit cheaper. So many imports, everything you buy at Amazon, your gas, everything that is an import of any kind is a 1-to-1 conversion from US dollars to Canadian dollars. So if something costs, as you saw, $10, right? If something costs $10, you're being charged $14. But we just went over the fact that Canadian income is less. So you're actually being charged 40% more relative to your income than you would if you were to buy that same thing in the US under a US income. So you're now being charged more. Cars is a big one. Cars follow this. So if your car costs normally, I don't know, 30,000, you'll be paying 42,000 Canadian, even though your income is $100,000 Canadian, equivalent to a $100,000 US salary, right? So you're paying more in Canada for a lot of stuff just from that. So it is actually ended up being more expensive in Canada than the US. And obviously, yeah, you can make the argument, yeah, you can live in a cheaper area, but you can live in a cheaper area in both. We're talking about like equivalent to equivalent. Hey, Morongo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You live in a village. We don't have any traffic lights. Yeah, it's probably a lot cheaper where you live. But that was the one. I've talked about this before. It is one of the first things I noticed when I first came to Canada. Was the income was considerably less, but the price of things stayed the same. In fact, some things are just more expensive, just objectively. If you were to get eggs in Costco, because there's Costco in the US and Costco in Canada, for the same Costco brand, it is more expensive in Canada. So if you check the exact same brand to exact same brand, because what they do is they convert dollar to dollar and then they round up. Right. So that's basically how that works typically, because they always round up. So you always end up charging a little more for everything. As anything that is digital and online, 100% of the time. Right? 100% of the time. One of those things is, if you take a look here, United States dollars 5, Canadian dollar equivalent is 7. If you look at, I believe, Twitch subscriptions, and I believe even Patreon and anywhere else like that, you'll be charged $7.50. Not 7. Again, you see where I'm going with this? You're gonna, like, there are countries that get it worse. I believe Australia gets it worse. Absolutely. But, you know, I'm not comparing one to another. I'm just comparing US to that. It's shit everywhere. But that's why, yeah. That's why I was saying that I don't know if I'll be able to get into the game industry. It just, the pay cut is insane. Especially for a local one. Anyway. Hey, SK Love, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see if this works. Click. Ah, that worked. That worked really well. That was super easy. I tend to like living in the outskirts of major cities. Basically, in the suburbs. Can I ask you something about the price you set on your game? I mean, now you're asking me if you can ask me. So can I ask you if you can ask me? I don't know. I don't know if you can ask me that because I don't know the question. Why don't you ask the question and then we can go from there. Nice. You know, it just auto pops up. I don't need to worry about all this. Cool. It works. Okay, so that's done. Let's take a look at some of the sound stuff from some of the effects because they do not stack properly. So one of the things we had was some of the spell effects are just way too loud. This one I don't think was the loud one, but let's just take a look at it. I know these guys were the loud ones. Yeah, this one was really loud. Also, I need to turn off radial burst on some of these. Turn off radial burst on this one. Turn off radial burst on this one. Does this have a sound effect? Because it didn't seem like it did. So, why do I have two? Why are there two here? Max count 1. And let's do a modulator. Sure. Oh, so what's the question at scale up? I'm still waiting for it. Where's the audio here? Audio's on. Audio. Okay. Wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Why does it look like this? Oh, it's not a queue. What is with this queue? Why is... Oh, because this is a pitch multiplier of 0.5. Why is this thing? There you go. Okay. We can use this. Use modulators. We go variation. And then this also will decrease the volume. Yeah, I think I created that, but I don't think I just didn't hook it up. Because clearly I was the one who made or modified it. So that's my only guess, because it already has the class here. Okay. That should be better. And what's going on here? This also has audio on. But it's just so quiet. Fog. Where's audio? Audio. Play audio. You. Yeah, you're just really quiet. There we go. Yeah, that's already set up. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. The other one that we were tweaking was the projectile one that I could never hear. So close all of this stuff, which is the kind of the basic projectile. Oh, but this doesn't have this. Yeah, this is just too quiet. You do like at least 0.35 or something. 0.25. It's just 0.1 was just way too quiet. We can go with 0.2. That's fine. Okay, that's better. Now, the big one that I know that people have actually said is kind of not great is... Well, that's the miss sound. Where's the hit sound? This one. I toned it down. Okay, not that much. Is there a way to change the pitch without changing the length of it? I mean, I guess that's better already. It's not great, but it's better. Really hate UFI doesn't have a built-in asset downgrader when you want to go from 5.8 to 5.7, for example. I think that's one of the things why they're changing the entire setup to make it verse so you can go between all versions. Certain things just doesn't make sense why you can't. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe that if you were to, like, if it's something like blueprints, you can copy paste nodes between versions just fine. And if it's assets, if it's like a mesh with textures, you can obviously export them and put them into a new one, you know, things like that. So it's not perfect, but you can do that for free. There is a downgrader that I have dabbled with, but it's not a perfect one. And it's not free. Is this one? Although it's not that... Oh, I guess I was looking at... because we bought it for work. It was this one. This one works. But I don't know how it'll work for, like, blueprint stuff. Is it 5.8? Yeah, it's already 5.8. Obviously, you have to make sure that whatever you're downgrading is compatible with the earlier versions. $35. Yeah, I was remembering being expensive because we got it at work for $150. So I played around with it a little bit. And it worked. We just haven't used it since. The blueprint copy paste works. Just when you have hundreds of animations, it's spaceful to do it one by one. Yeah. Yeah. The one problem with me saying go for it is I can't say for certain that it's gonna work. Like, it has good reviews, but it also has a good amount of one-star reviews. So for some people, for what they were trying to downgrade just didn't work. All the recent ones, well, actually, these are, yeah, this is newest. So all the recent ones were always been 5 stars. So this is going all the way to 2 years ago. Actually, the only ones being shown, where are the 1 stars? Oh, I guess the 1 stars just didn't write anything. They just voted a 1 star, but they didn't explain anything of why. It is what it is. So you can try it. $35. Here, I'll link it. If you want to grab it for yourself. Okay, so that is adjusted. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it ain't perfect, but yeah, gotta do what we gotta do. Let's take a look at the sound effects now, just to see if they're working all right. Oh, I know why. Why the test level stops working. Why do I not hear anything now? Oh, I don't hear anything because that's the miss sound, and the miss sound is too quiet. Did I really close all the stuff? Yeah, so like here you hear it. Why can't you hear it? If I did one, I'll just make sure that it works. I should be able to hear that. Odd. Can't wait to reduce this once 581 comes out. Hopefully 581 will fix a lot of the problems. Why am I not hearing sound? That wasn't the problem. Why can't I undo the volume side? Thanks, Unreal. Thanks. Okay, why are we not hearing this? Let's find out. Well, I guess on overlap will triggers the sound. Here. We have the attack sound effect. It should play. Why isn't it playing? On a miss, if it's not hit successfully. Oh, hold on. Is it hitting like the ground and so it's... You'll ask your boss about opening. I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, look, at the very least, you could always point him to my YouTube channel if he's like, who's this guy? What does he do? Why do we want him? I have a permanent demo reel. It's called my YouTube channel. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's there. Yeah, so it's not printing. So I assume then it's going here. Watch, it's not going in either direction. Well, fun fact, one of the reasons why I started this channel was for this kind of scenario. That was one of the motivators. So yeah, I think I'm hitting something. Why? Why do you think I'm hitting something? Begin overlap. What? Oh. Well, hold on. It's supposed to ignore itself. What? Oh, because this is failing the proper check, is it? If it's valid, does it have player? Right, because I'm... What? Wait, what? It should be myself and myself, which... here, let's do one of these. Give me myself and whoever else. Is it not myself twice? Because then it should match, in which case it should not, it should false out of there. What's going on? What is going on? None and then player. What do you mean none and then player? The first one is the attacker. What do you mean none? I set the attacker. Hey? What? What do you mean no? But if any of them is none, then it should just immediately also false out of there. No, it says player 0. Why does it say none here? What? So I set it. Where's it? So I set it. It is set. It is happy with it. It knows what it is. And at no other point do I do set. This is the only place I use set attacker. How is it none? Oh, hold on a second. What's the other order of operation on that? What's the order of operation? Step back. Did it print the... I think it printed that on top, didn't it? Which would mean that... it triggered the overlap before it was... It triggered that. Ah! Order of operations. Wait, hold on. Okay. So let's do... So here we're doing query only. And then I had to turn it I had to keep it enabled at the beginning for something. Okay. Because it was not registering us at point blank range otherwise. Right. But that's we're trying to find a better way of doing this. No collision. So now it will do it properly. If the start delay is over, then just this. What we need to do is when this triggers, we need to re-trigger the overlaps on the capsule. Is there a way of doing that? I know there's get overlapping actors, but I need to... But I'd like to just trigger the begin overlap anew. I guess what I need to do is just do something that will update that will do a sweep. If I just did an add local offset of 0, it will not move. But the sweep should then have it force it to trigger. Can I just do a sweep of any kind? Let's see if that's possible. In U5, if you have a capsule component that's not set to have collisions, then something enters it and collisions are re-enabled, then it doesn't trigger on begin overlap. Is there a way to trigger that manually to recheck on already overlapped actors? Like, I can do get overlapping actors and I can do like that whole process, but I'm curious if there's a better way. Because you do get overlapping actors, do a custom thing. After set collision enabled to query only or query physics, call update overlaps. So that is a thing. Update. That's not a thing. Under the collision category? That's not a thing.
At break, pausing my questionable node organization skills for a couple minutes.
Jeffrey from Capsule Components, search for get overlapping yeah, so that's what I was hoping there was a better way of doing it. Get overlapping actors, yeah, for each. Yep. That's what I was trying to hope that there was a just a let's do it that way. I'm going to try using this the suite. I should have asked actually about that. I'll do it after the ads. I think doing a sweep will work, but I don't know. I guess I'll type it in for now. In 5, if you do an actor at offset and enable sweep, but have 0 actual offset, will it retrigger overlaps on already overlapped actors if there's a collision? Because it might not. Because technically they're not entering it, so. No. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll check overlapping. We'll do the thing I was trying to avoid. God damn it. But at least then we'll have the variables when we need them. And then we won't run into this order of operation issue. It was raining today. It hasn't rained in a while. Usually summer here is relatively dry, which I guess is good. I don't love the rain. This place is like your only 2 weather conditions are either way too hot or raining. Both I don't like. I like this place. The weather here sucks. I miss weather back in the Bay Area. 50s, 60s, cloudy all the time. It's great. Get overlapping actors. For each loop. So I need to check if they're. I guess if I could check if it has. No, I can't check by tag. Get instigator. If it hasn't valid instigator, then it will be a character, I believe. Can't wait for overcast weather. Also great for photogrammetry. Overcast weather is my favorite. It's like that's when you don't have to deal with the sun. It's great. I like overcast. My favorite. I just don't like the sun. I also don't like the rain. I don't like way too many things. What do I like? That will be a shorter list. Yes. Not on that one, but this one's yes. Okay. So theoretically, then, from this is valid, we can do a custom event. Trigger overlap. Overlapped actor. Go ahead and just set it here, and then tell it to go here. Okay. And that should theoretically work. I'll clean this up. Well, trigger overlap. That should theoretically work. Let's find out. Okay, the mist sounds are back. And I can hit. Nice. Yay. Nice. Okay, there we go. Fixed. / improved. Okay. That is taken care of, so we're good. Next, let's go ahead and just check the audio of the projectile. because we rebalanced it, so hopefully it'll be better. That's okay. If I go ahead and grab multi-hit and you. Oh, I guess I don't really need you. This is cool. This is still cool. This is one of the best power-ups that I made. The sound of that was fine. The only thing is, like, I wish I could hear multiple of them, I guess. What I could try seeing is, let's go back to the spell one. Here. If I go ahead and do a max count of, let's say, 4 for trigger time 0.1, let's see if that allows us to have a little bit of a better experience. Because I want to hear every one that I shoot, because right now it's only like the first one. And that just doesn't, it's not great, is it? I think we could do better. I know we can do better. Oh. That seems better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. That's now a lot less. Oh, a lot more quiet. That's still very quiet. I probably need to increase the volume of that one. I did not hear this still. I didn't hear that. Why did I not hear that? I didn't hear that either. Why don't I hear it? What happened to the volume? I can hear you. Why did I hear none of the other ones? What? What happened? What happened? What we were doing had nothing to do with this, so this is a different thing entirely. Where is... Huh. Maybe... Does it need to go higher now? For some reason? You. Yes, you can hear it here. The hell? It's there. Why don't I hear it? The hell? What did I do? What did I do? Why is that one work? Huh? Please excuse your ears potentially. Or please excuse me if your ears are gonna bleed in a second. I don't think they will. But if they do, it's my fault. Yeah. It's just not playing the audio. The shit. What if I did audio 2 on? Maitland, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. The Twitch ad doesn't cover anything game or chat? What? It just shows in the corner? What you talking about? There shouldn't be any ads right now. So what are you talking about? What? Why did the audio just decide to not work anymore? The hell's going? You can hear it right here. Because it always says pausing for ads. Yeah, I'm pausing the stream for ads. When ads play. I'm not quite following. Sorry. Yeah, I send that message. Because I pause what I'm doing in the game. Or in the development. So ads can play, so you don't miss anything. Yeah. I'm the one that sends the message, as you can see. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. Sorry, I'm still a little lost. Yes, they have the sounds. I'm gonna just restart Unreal. I don't know what's going on. Why is this open? I've never used this. Why does it occasionally open? God. Epic. Fix your shit. For the love of God, fix your shit. You showed a tiny ad in the corner of the screen? Oh, does Twitch have like ads, what's it called? What's it called? Like picture-in-picture ads? That's cool. I didn't know they added that. Yeah, let's see if we have a better time now. If it decides to work, or we're going to be crying right now, figuring out what the hell's going on. Fingers crossed on it just working. Just cover the whole window. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't seen those. If people were clicking off, I mean, people click off regardless if you have to, like, if it mutes the mainstream or anything. People don't like ads. I don't blame them. No. What? Why? Why does that one work? What? Does the melee weapon work? Or just audio is just broken now? It should have nothing to do with, like, whether it's something's hit or not either. It's just playing the effect. Actually, what I should do is actually bring it into the world and see if I can get it just to play. Yeah, that works. That works. Oh, you know what? I wonder it is. I wonder if... What if I cleared that? Also... Oh, it is the sound cue. What if I cleared that? Is that why? Is it just overwriting something that I didn't want it to overwrite? But it was working before. And only on one of those did I, like, assign the cue compared to the original sound. So that shouldn't have been it. That was it? Okay. Sure. I don't understand it, but, you know, we'll sure. Okay, there's you. Let's get rid of this. And where's this one? Yeah, I got it working. I got it working. Just need to clear the freaking attention overrides that's on these. I guess for whatever reason, because it was fine before. But whatever. You know. Don't question it. Just, you know, just uncheck and move along. Yep. Excuse me? Wait, why are you ice? Why are you the ice one? What happened here? Why are you the ice one? It was supposed to be this one. What? How did you get to that one? Okay, you're that. And then here. I mean, I'm kind of fine with you, but there you go. Swap you over for you. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Whatever. I did it. I guess I accidentally assigned that to the wrong one. It's an unsettling feeling when you are not sure why something didn't work, then it does work. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, thankfully. Like now, like, yeah, I didn't know why it didn't work, but I figured out why it didn't and got it fixed. But yeah, if it doesn't work and then randomly starts working and you don't know why it didn't work and you don't know why it starts working, that's probably not great. There you go. That's there. Now that's where we want to be. Perfect. Yeah, and different sounds on that one. Good. Okay. While we're here, actually, let me figure out the problem with the post-process material, because right, we have freaking white when we shouldn't be having white. Why do I have two post-process volumes? That one's not unbounded. This one is. What is this one? Where's this one from? Huh? That's interesting. Where is that one? Is it here? It is. I have two. Okay, odd. Let's rust materials. Let's go to you because we're going to need to tweak this. Okay. Okay. Now let's go find us a. Let's go find us a problem area. It was bothering me for a while. It's finally time to fix it. Figure out which setting it is that is doing the problem. First, we gotta find it. Oh, there we go. There's one. Occasionally we get this like super hot dot. But right, see right there. But if I zoom in, right, it's just because the rock is for some reason too dark. But for some reason, because it's too dark, it somehow becomes really bright. So let's figure out what setting here we need to change for this to work. If any. I don't know why these are even written. So something tells me it's going to be at the top white threshold. No. White it. Ew. Oh god. It's gotta be like none of them. Isn't it? Why is it none of them? God. God damn it. What am I supposed to do about that one? I've tried them all at this point. It's none of them. None of them changed this freaking thing. Okay. Why? Where is it from? What? Is it this one? No. What? Why? If I set them all to 0? I mean, I can't see it. It's not this one. So that's just the effect range. Right, increasing and decreasing. The only thing that's going to do is make it so it doesn't go as far. But it doesn't stop that from happening. Is the contrast? No. It's not that either. Well, but I know it's from this because if I set this to 0, right, that goes away. Right? That little freaking highlight goes away. If I do 0 on this one, it doesn't do anything. So I know it's the freaking Toon shader. Why? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? Yeah, what if I isolated this? No, it is actually in the main thing. Hey, Julian, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What happens if you hide the, well, that's basically what this, turn this off, right? It's just, it gets rid of it. I don't need to hide the entire post-process volume. I just need to turn off the post-process material. And you can see that the highlight, right, just disappears. So I know the problem area is here. Is in here. But we just changed all of the values and it didn't go away. Hey, Ranger, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How the hell do you give jewels? YouTube told you you had some, and you're gonna give me all of them. What the hell are jewels on YouTube? I've never heard of this. That is one thing I have not heard. If I change the threshold to 0, oh, I guess I can't change the threshold to 0, to an insanely large number, because I can't see otherwise. Right, we still are left with Hold on. Where's the last if statement here? Diffuse color, black. No, the last thing takes black tint. Right, that freaking thing. And you might be thinking like, oh, but you know, it's just a one thing. Like, that's not that big of a deal. No. It happens like randomly all over the place. Just because it's happening there once. But it will right there. Oh, that's a much better one. I wonder, hold on a second. I wonder, this could be a different problem. I wonder if this is actually not what I'm thinking. And instead, which component is it? Hold on. Custom. This is on. Now the custom render depth pass is on for all of them. It happens when something is just dark. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, the easy solution, right, is to tweak the material so this doesn't happen. Just fly out here. And we tweak the material. It's not the 10. I thought it was a tint. Yeah, when you go too dark, you can see more of them have this problem. It's definitely the post-process, but then why... 2, 4, 10. No, this has some weird problem. Why does it have a problem? Like, it's basically white at this point. But these are not affected. Because their value is black? Hold on. Oh. What map is this? Okay, I know what map this is. Find one that has the problem and memorize it. Next to this tree, this one. Okay. Directly bottom left this tree, second. I'll just take a screenshot. I'm gonna go find this specific one and see if we can figure out what's causing this. Yeah, no idea, Ranger. No idea. If you get closer to it, it turns to normal. It's distance because of the post-process volume, but I just don't know why. Second. I don't remember which one it is. Let's just. Jewels are a virtual currency on YouTube used by viewers to purchase and send digital gifts during eligible live streams. When a viewer sends a gift, the creator earns rubies, which are automatically converted into real money at a rate of 1 ruby is 1 cent. Did they introduce bits? Did they introduce bits into YouTube? But they already had, like, you can already send supers, so what? I don't know. I mean, cool, I guess. I doubt anyone's gonna use it, at least here. Right, so it's not that dark here. It's not black here. Right? This is the unlit version. This is the same place. You can see here, it's like it doesn't have the information, but this is the same spot. Huh? Let me try. Clean up and generate this again. Why is it like that? Like, no matter what, it shouldn't be black. Huh. You sure you're not in debug mode? Some of your PCGs? I don't have a debug mode. I don't create debug modes for my PCG. Didn't even know you had jewels? They emailed you and told you they were going to expire, so you're gonna ask? I didn't even know jewels was a thing. Like if I was to hold on, if I was to go to my stream, okay. Yeah, I don't even see that as an option. Right, so here's the stream. And like the only option here is show support. And then membership gifting, membership, super chat, and super sticker. I don't even see jewels as a thing. That's the only options. There's no jewels anywhere here. Maybe I just don't have access to it? I have no idea. Also, you should like the stream. Remember, guys, like the stream. Hit the subscribe and the join button if you want to show real support. You don't have to. Okay. Let's reload the let's reload it. Let's put that back. It looked cool, but not really what I was trying to do. Okay, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so see, there's another one there. Let's see if I can find that same. Okay. Can I find that same map on this one? Or that same room, rather? I think we generated without that room, huh? Oh no, right here. Oh, are we fine now? Dude, now it's fine. Okay, do I need to just regenerate them? Okay, let's see. Okay, so we see that we have issues here, right? These guys. Right. Let's try regenerating this and seeing if it just fixes itself. Because maybe it's just the PCG's just bugged out. Because maybe it's just somehow it thinks a setting is applied, but in actuality it's not, and that's why it's having issues. It's my only guess. Hey, dual operator, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Glad you like it. Okay. Where do we have No, see right there. It still has the same problem. Right, you can see. So what is... Why... But it's different ones. Is it different because it wasn't one of these having the problem? Huh. So changing the post process doesn't seem to do it. And regenerating the graph is not the problem either. And you can see here on this one, it's fine. The thing is, right, if I was to move it, right, it will regenerate with different, like, variation of the colors. So, like, that all makes sense. That's why the colors are different. So, like, okay, that one makes sense. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ranger.
Tools really piss me TFOFF.
I really appreciate it. I didn't have to, but I appreciate it. I've never heard of them until now, so. You know what I'm gonna try next? If I still get this problem, I'm gonna go into the material and I'm going to like do a minimum color value, so it'll never go pure black, because maybe somehow it's outputting pure black and that's the problem, or nearly pure black. And I'll just clamp it to be at least a certain value. And just try that. We don't have that same level this time. I'm right here. See, now it's fine, right? Now it's fine. Yeah, Ranger, thanks so much for the support. Gotta watch Rings of Power. I mean, enjoy. I don't know anything about it, so I enjoy. What are the requirements for the Epic Mega Grant video? Your video editing skills suck, but your game is great. Not as good as yours, but much simpler. I mean, you could just go online and just open up the application. Just hit apply. It'll tell you everything. Here. All right. You definitely need a video link. You do need something. And there's a bunch of questions you need to answer. Project elevator pitch, details, why you're asking for ones, you know. But yes, a media link is required. Now, what does that supposed to be? That's debatable, because they don't specify what that needs to be. I made a trailer because another one that I found that did get it was a trailer. So I made a trailer. Is that the best thing to do? I have no idea. Maybe there was an exception, not the rule. Excited to apply? Yeah, yeah. I have little hope of getting it as well. Yeah. So this time around, see, like this time around, it's all of these, which were not an issue before. Like these are fine now, but these have issues. So. Can we tweak the material itself of the base material itself? Clamp between, I don't know. Let's just try 0.1 and 1. I just want to see if it'll stop the problem, period. So yes, the problem's gone. Okay. 0.01 and 1. Okay. I think that's the simple solution. We just clamp it to never go 0. Can I go even 0.001? Seems like it. If I put it back to 0, yeah, we get the problem. Okay. So I guess just clamp it at 0.001. Good enough. I don't know why it's going to pure black in the randomness, but it is. I can tweak the materials later, but that's the simple solution for now. At least it's not going to have, you know, weird highlighted squares at random distances, which would have been annoying. Okay, yeah. That takes care of that. Right. Yeah, I don't see any more. And let me just take a look at the layered one. And we'll do the same thing for the layered one. Set the base color. Get base color. Clamp between 0.001 and 1. Just in case. I didn't have any issues with the layered one. It's like buying a lottery ticket, except you actually have a chance based on you. I mean, it's a lot higher chance than a lottery ticket. Okay, let's be realistic here. Lottery ticket is effectively 0. You know, you at least have a few percentage points in the Epic Mega Grant. And yes, it is based on you, but like numbers wise, you have a few percentage points. Higher chance of less can apply. Well, yeah, I guess mathematically, if more applied, I mean, more applied, you would get the same amount of approvals, but just effective, right? But nevertheless, lottery is one person, so regardless, lottery is gonna be. I've never played the lottery. It's just. I can't bring myself to just throw money away. The chances of winning anything remotely like high is just it's no point. Because you just have to think about it, like the fact that the lottery winnings keep going up because people lose more than they win, right? It's statistically you are losing more than you're winning, hence the lottery winnings keep going up until someone finally wins. I'm not lucky. I am very well aware I am not a lucky person. So, I'm not gonna pretend like I am. I really wish I could do baked lighting for these levels. It would be so much better. I appreciate a dual operator. I appreciate it. I'm a pretty carefree person in most things. So that helps. As in, I just don't give a shit about most things. So most things just don't bother me. And like actually bother me. Okay, well, that's fixed. Fantastic. I'm not gonna bother fixing the. I should fix the. If I'm gonna package it, I probably should fix the boss shop. I mean, now it's fine. Why did it load it fine this time? It's fine. Whatever. Not gonna question it. We're not gonna question it. Most things you cannot change, so worrying about them is rough. Yeah, that's usually how I always like told my mother, who likes to worry about random stuff, is like, answer the question. Can you do something about it? If the answer is yes, do something about it. If the answer is no, then stop worrying about it because you can't do anything. Now, yes, there are scenarios where you will still worry about something. Because
everything paused, including my ability to remember where I left that cast node.
Because sometimes, right, you have a scenario where you know you can do something, but you don't know what it is that you can do. And like, okay, sure, I get that. And obviously you can't just, because even if you agree with that kind of logic, doesn't mean you necessarily can just stop yourself from worrying sometimes. I get it. But typically, it's just, hey, if you can't do anything about it, try to not think about it then, and it'll be fine. You know, or just think of it, that's the norm, and that's just how we continue on. Yeah. Oh, I don't think too much about it. This is from a pack that I got. I didn't make this. Oh, that's just the part where you enter to get into the dungeon. That's all. Nothing special here. Nothing special here. You learn how to add the gameplay gateway yourself. You get the Niagara pack that has the portal, and you drag it in. And then obviously add the blueprint logic to actually just open a new level. That's basically it. Basically, that's it. It's a huge part of connective tissue. But it's one of the simpler ones. So you I wouldn't stress about it. There's a bunch of tutorials on how to load a level. And yeah, if you wanted to make that from scratch, that would be a different story, but you can get the pack. There's sometimes I think one of the portal packs was free for the month at one point as well. So if you grab that, you can get it. I just use that one. Got your main menu working with your levels? You haven't placed an in-game actor yet that does that? Look, for the longest time, my actor was nothing, basically. Like, hold on. I mean, I have the packages, so I can actually... If I load up a package of the game from a year ago. I don't know. January 25. Actually, hold on. It's July. Here, let's go July 25. Yeah, this was my start game before. This was my hub. This is it. That was it. That was my entire thing. Also, oh man, now that I've improved the dash, this one feels so bad. The little stop there, oh yeah, that feels so bad. Yeah, that's all it was originally. So yeah, don't feel bad. Oh, I have all the packages. Every single month's package I have. Here's all of them. July, June, May, April. I don't remember what the comparison test was. I don't think I need that anymore. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. 2025, 2024, right? I can just load back into July 2024, so this is 2 years ago. This is where the game was 2 years ago. Very different time. Doesn't have a volume option. This was 2 years ago. it's even less. Now, going back that far, it's literally just a cube box that I just have displaying. Look at that. This is where the game was. No power-ups, no nothing, just... This is where the game was. 2 years ago. A little bit different, huh? I can dash. The dash is even worse here. Oh yeah, this is where I had the... Oh yeah, I had the jump still here, and then I can do this. And I can just die here. Anyway, that's where the game was 2 years ago. Yeah, you just continue working on it slowly but surely. And when I say 2 years ago, by the way, it's 2 years of time in the world, but not 2 years of development, because obviously I'm doing this part-time. So yeah, don't feel bad about not having a portal or something to go somewhere. Hey, Lover Boy, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How does the object occlusion, the see-through objects when blocking the camera, work in your game? Do you need to apply it to every material you want it to work on, or is there a better way? Basically, it's dynamic materials, yeah. That's also why it just does the pop-in. Why it's just a pop-in, because these are just static meshes. They're not actors or anything. So having it like blend in and out would be cool, but there's no good way of doing it. I'm just doing basically a trace from the camera up to the player, just before the player. If I was to position myself here, you can see the trace doesn't reach that far. As soon as I move a little bit off of it, it'll reach. So basically, if it hits something, it will assign, it will create a dynamic material instance for that object. If it doesn't have one already, and if it doesn't have one, it'll create one and assign the value it needs to. If it has a dynamic material instance, it does not create a new one. It just assigns the value. So one of the things I made sure, probably show you, is that I wanted to make sure that it would not continuously create dynamic material instances. Yeah, so I only do it once. So here, I get the materials, and then I check by casting to a dynamic material instance. If it is valid, then I just make a note of it. If it is not valid, then I create a new one. And then I just adjust opacity. That's basically it. So I only create one dynamic material instance per thing I am in front of, and yeah, no worries, dual operator. I don't mind. Yeah, I think we can close down all of this stuff. Close all of this down. Sure. Come on. Come on, Ariel. There it goes. It's also, by the way, since it just uses basic collisions, I can do stuff like this on these guys, but not need to worry about the floor, because the trace doesn't reach the floor. And obviously the material needs to have a mask setup. Because if it doesn't have a mask setup, even if I create a material instance of it, it doesn't really matter. That's how we get this. And one suggestion that people have had is to have the bottom kind of not be fully transparent, maybe like fade out a little bit. Maybe we'll do something like that. We'll see. For now, it's fine. For now, I think it's just fine. Like you can see here, this one doesn't do anything, but this one does. Give a dynamic materials subsystem that reuses materials if they already exist. So should be able to use this something similar. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I could do something like that, right? Because all I would need to do is make a map variable, store the original as one, and store the dynamic as the other. Now that's actually a good idea. Store the dynamic as the other, and then when I check for the original material, if it is not a dynamic material, if it's then yeah, I can just reassign it. Reassign that same one from the map. Yeah, it's I'm gonna write that down. That's a good suggestion. I'm gonna do that. To-dos. I'll probably forget though, but save dynamic material for hiding objects and use. I'm not gonna do that right now, but definitely at some point. That seems like a good idea. Compared to what I'm doing right now, which is basically every single reuse of the same object that gets a dynamic material, it creates a bunch of dynamic materials. That's a much better way. What else did I do in the trailer? Oh, the audio stuff. We used actually, let me load up the trailer so I can, or the DaVinci Resolve project, so that way I can pull up the location of all of the files easily. One moment. So I want to grab some of the audio files. So humble. Pfft, I'm just a regular guy. There's nothing humbling here. Look, as I keep telling me, if I can make a game, anyone can make a game, because there's absolutely nothing special about me. Where's the? Let's actually go to the spider one. Why is that under spider? That is very much not spider. Yeah, there you go. Open file location. I need to. If there's a way of randomly playing a sound, does a queue allow for that? You have more info about ads. You're watching like 3 Twitch channels at the same time. One of them, the ads came on and completely covered the screen and played like 4 ads and muted the audio on the stream. Very annoying. Why doesn't seem to do that though? Maybe they love you more? Oh, maybe. But also keep in mind that ads are just different. I mean, it's weird that it doesn't do the full ad thing. I've always seen it always do the full ad thing. Yeah, I've not seen the picture-in-picture for Twitch. That's very weird. I mean, I was just learning about jewels freaking on YouTube, so just what I know. In U5, when using the audio queue system, is there a way to make it so there's only a chance for a queue to play, or inside the animation sequence? I know I can make a custom notification that has a chance, but the random node sound queue is designed exactly for this. It randomly selects one of the inputs to play with per input weights the control probability. So I guess you just don't plug anything in. If you're using anim notify play sound, trigger settings notify trigger chance. Oh, is there a trigger chance that I just missed? Really? I need what has a sound? Oh, let's go to the boss. You haven't seen a single full Adam on your channel? Like, ever that you can remember? I don't know if I should be happy or sad. No. I wish I could just turn off ads. That'd be so good if I could just turn them off. Yeah, there's only a volume scale on this. It lies. It lies. Okay, well, what we can try doing. Yeah, let's first come here. Sounds. And this is Avani sounds. Monster and creature sounds. Monsters and creatures. I'll just call that. Volume 2. This is bestial and then reptilian. Okay, not that. Not that. Not that. Okay. So we have these. Can I now brain sound cues from them? And then if I open all of them, we need to set all of them to have the effects audio. Okay. So, let's see. I want this one to randomly play, potentially. So if I did random. Weights. So if I did 2 here, does that mean that it'll just not play anything when I click play? Yes. Okay. So now he has a 33% chance, effectively, of doing that. So if I did, like, a 4 here. Okay. You can't mesh sample many instance meshes at the same time and get a bunch of points, right? You want to know the best way? Well, what you can do is get the location of all the instance meshes and then sample one of them, and then just copy the points to all those locations, and you have the same thing. But because a mesh sampler doesn't sample anything in the world, it samples an input of a mesh, and then it just gives you the points at origin or at the local location. It doesn't even put it where. Right. You then have to copy the points onto those locations, regardless. What if the meshes are randomized? But it doesn't matter. That doesn't change what you have to do. An instance static mesh, every component is a different mesh, regardless. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have to sample every mesh regardless, yeah. The mesh sampler doesn't take multiple inputs. You have to loop on every mesh, regardless. We can try doing here. Let's see how this works. Let's go to you. You sampled every different time. I didn't. What do you mean? Whether I sampled something? I didn't do anything. So you do a for loop? There's no such thing as a for loop in PCG. They're just loops. But yes, basically. Okay, we need sound effects for those. And we have them in DaVinci. We'll need to re-add those. Okay. So that's fine, but modulator. Ugh. Gonna sneeze, but I didn't. That's better. That's better. I'd say maybe maybe I would have a little less of the less chance of it saying something. So let's do like 7 here. Can you bake points from a sampled? What do you mean by bake points? First of all, there's no baking of anything in PCG. You just generate what you need. So I'm not sure what you mean by baking. So runtime, we already have all the points. You just don't have it be runtime, and then you have it. If you just click generate, it's generated. That's it. If that's what you mean by baking, then that's all it is. Just generate it, and you're good. You don't need to worry about a thing afterwards. This is PCG. This is generated. So it's not regenerating it. It's already been generated. Yeah. If that's what you mean by baking, then yes, you can do that. Absolutely. Most of the PCG that I create is not runtime stuff. Most PCG stuff that I do is non-runtime because most things, it's great for creating environments. So, and for that, yeah, you don't need anything runtime. It's great, if you will. Yours is runtime generated though? Well then it has to calculate the things at runtime, because how could you preload that? The whole point of it is that it's runtime, right? Because if you could pre-sample everything, then you wouldn't be doing it at runtime. I imagined it's either too big, you don't want to have that much sample stored in memory, right? But you could do 2 graphs, depending on what you're doing. You could do 2 graphs, You have one that calculates something, and then another one that just reads the information. Check out my recent video on 3D pathfinding. Like if you want something like that. Where I have two graphs, one that does the calculation and another one that just uses the calculation. So maybe something like that is what you're looking for. Oh, what? I plugged it in. No? What? Oh, right, because Unreal freaking bugs. Okay, yeah, that needs to be like really low chance. $20. Even less? Even less. 60. Really? Either this is not working properly. That's not working properly. Determines whether or not this sound animal should randomize with or without replacement. Without replacement means that you only nodes left will be the only nodes left will be you're guaranteed to have only the one occurrence of the sound plate until no, I don't want that. With replacement means the sound will be chosen and then placed back. Yes, that's what we want. So let's do that, and that means here also turn that off. So now let's see. Okay. Okay. So we were. So this might need to be a little lower now. Because we just didn't have the thing checked or unchecked. Okay. Play that time. Good. Or that time. Probably could increase both. The walkie one can be increased. I haven't heard it a single time yet. Yeah, let's increase both. For sure. So this 3. This 8. Let's try that. No, that was good. So you can make a BCG data asset and use those baked points. I mean, maybe? I have not seen any info about that, so I have no idea. That one's beyond me. I thought the only exporting was for external, not internal. But I haven't exactly looked into it, to be fair. But that's a lot better. I think the audio there really helps. We need to get the audio for all the hits. But very least, like, there's not like constant hissing, which is good. What we definitely need to add in is camera shake. I don't remember. Did I set it up to have that option? I want to say yes. Back effects. Camera shake scale, is that working? Is there just a really subtle shake? No, it's just not working. We gotta look into that. Should make the expensive triangle / mesh sampling. That's cool. I mean, yeah, if it can do that, if it can do all the calculations for you, then yeah. That would be good. Keep in mind, reading all that data, you still gotta do that. But yeah, the calculations will be done. Then it's just reading the information, which is considerably better. Where do I have? Probably here. The camera shake. Where am I triggering this? Where are we triggering this? I'm gonna find out right now that we don't have it triggered anywhere. Watch. Oh no, I do. On overlap. Okay, so I do have it. If it hits stop and it's there, then we should do it. Okay. So hold on. Is it doing anything? I don't think it's doing anything. Can you use your other attack, please? Yoo-hoo. Yeah, it hasn't bring it a single time. Okay. Let's check here. Maybe I have screen shake off. I don't think so, though. That's not something I would disable. Yeah, that's not something I would disable. Okay. Can I wish PCG had promote to variable? Right click like blueprints. It does. What do you mean? It does. It's not. You can't do it on like the input, but you can do it. I don't know. Let's do like a. If I recall correctly, just do this. I think you need to create a constant first. Yeah. So if I create a constant vector, I believe I can convert to graph parameter this. So now it's a parameter. There you go. Let's rename it. And then it's renamed. But yeah, you can't do it on this for whatever reason, but you can do it by first do a create new constant, and then you just convert that one, and then you can convert it back. You can convert to a graph parameter generic, or whatever else. It's just not on the input. That's all. Wait. Why am I checking if this is not empty when I don't have anywhere else that I'm using this? What? It's literally the only place I was using it. Just do this. Well, no wonder it was never gonna work. What happened there? You wish it was like blueprints? I mean, there's a lot of things we wish it was like blueprints. Yeah. It'd be nice, but at least we have something. Okay, so is it working now? At all? No. No. Why is it not working still? Let's do this. Oh, it's because it's on overlap. He's not hitting. Oh, okay. I understand the folly of my ways. It's on overlap, so it'll only trigger one hit. I probably don't want it to. Oh god, he missed me. I probably don't want the thing that we did. This is why I had it collisions on from the very get-go. Yeah, okay. God damn it. Okay, we're going to fix some bugs tomorrow. And also need to figure out, I probably need to do a hit stop outside of on overlap, because we wanted to trigger always for those attacks, not when specifically the character is hit. What is the parameter? Sorting suck? They improved in 5.8. Wait to upgrade to 5.8 and you'll have better sorting. I mean, look, you can ask. Yeah, I'm not the person to ask for this. Yeah, it'd be great to have a lot of stuff. But keep in mind that, you know, they think that it's currently in a fantastic place and it does not need any other improvements or upgrades. And so that we're not going to get any. Because Epic said, fuck you. Take it and like it. That's basically it. You can ask all the questions you want about why isn't it like this? Why can't we have that? But then remember that Epic has said 5.8 is the last version because they clearly don't think that we deserve any other fixes. Well, hot fixes will come in the 5.8 2, whatever. But I mean, like, no, like, big improvements of any kind. No, they think it's all in a great spot. Nothing needs improvement for the next 3 years until 6.0. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's not a reason to not use it, right? A lot of the stuff in Unreal is janky in terms of usability. Hell, the freaking UI system is one of the worst things about Unreal. I hate it. But it's okay. They haven't touched it a single time in UE5. Case hasn't changed in a decade. So, you know, it is what it is. Some things are still experimental from the UE4 days. If they don't care, they don't care. Can't do anything about it. Anyway, tomorrow we're gonna do. We need to do the screen shake. I want to do that, and I want to get some more of the sound effects in. That should be good. I know I did some good stuff today, but I feel like I didn't do much today. Which is fine. I don't mind. I didn't do anything too flashy today. It was whenever you do like bug fixes, it doesn't really feel like much has changed. Even though, like, you know, it is all improvements. So anyways, guys, I'm calling it here for the night. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed. Back tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific for some more Devon. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.